Good evening and welcome to the Brookhaven Town Board meeting of January 14th. I'll gather us to order. And with that, we'll start our meeting as we always do, the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We usually have a moment of silence, and I think it's appropriate for us to either offer prayers or hopes that the vaccine rollout being done by the governor and the state is successful as possible, and as many people that want to get vaccinated as soon as possible. So let's pray that that vaccine rollout goes a lot smoother than it has to date. And I'm sure that there are people working with goodwill to make sure that we all get vaccinated and we can end this pandemic. So with that, let's offer up a moment of silence. Thank you. We'll move on with the roll call. Donna.
Yes. Council District 1, we have nobody sitting in that spot. Councilwoman Bonner,
I'm here.
Councilman Laval,
Present.
Councilman Legurcio,
I'm here.
Councilman Foley,
Here.
Councilman Panico,
Here.
Supervisor Romaine.
Present.
You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. Reports to the board. Do we have any reports, Donna?
Yes. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No reports. I have something under communication.
Okay. Then we'll move right to communications consensus agenda. We have one item, which is accepting the town board minutes from our last meeting.
Yes, may I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
We move on to the highway consensus agenda with 4 items.
Yes. Can I please have a motion to accept the highway consensus agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, and then we move to the consensus resolution agenda, which Councilman Laval is handling this meeting.
Madam Clerk, I'll make a motion to accept the consensus agenda items 2021 C-0001 to 2021 C-0027. So moved.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, and now we move to the resolution agenda.
So Supervisor, I'll start. I have Resolution 60 of 2021 Cherry Grove Dock District consent to use public dock. So moved.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the next is resolution 61 of 2021, authorization for the supervisor / deputy supervisor to accept a grant award from the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation of Long Island and the Long Island Sound Futures Fund for 2020 program for funding for environmental education programs about conservation and the restoration of coastal environments, and to authorize the Commissioner of Finance to amend the 2021 capital budget to include the fundings that we're going to be receiving. And I so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, Michael?
Resolution 62 of 2021 is authorization to. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Resolution 62 of 2021 is an authorization to accept the grant award and to execute the program grant agreement from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development to fund the full-time family self-sufficiency program coordinator position for the administration of an FSS program. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 63 of 2021 it's reaffirming appointments to the town of Brookhaven's Local Development Corporation. This is the ally of the IDA. They handle the not-for-profits, and I so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 64, 2021 is reappointing the current members of the town of Brookhaven's Industrial Development Agency.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And to both organizations, I'd like to say thank you to the service. People don't get reimbursed or remunerated for their service on this. And thank you, because they put the time and effort in, and I want to say thank you to them.
Resolution 65 of 2021, Town of Brookhaven consent to Davis Park Ferry Company, Inc.'s month-to-month holdover. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And Madam Clerk, 1 second. What that means to the folks at Davis Park, there will be no gap in service for the 2021 season.
That's very important, but it's also important to the taxpayers that we periodically put this out to bid.
Resolution 66 is approval of capital professional service requisition in excess of $25,000 for payment of services to be performed by Cameron Engineering and Associates LLP in connection with engineering services for Brookhaven Sewer District Number 2 for 2021. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
67 of 2021 is authorization for acceptance of donation of land from Anna Krafinski, Maple Road, Mastic Beach, for open space purposes. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 68 is to amend contract number 201-70085. This is fire and intrusion alarm testing, maintenance, and repair. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 69 of 2021, authorization of the execution of an intermunicipal agreement between the Town of Brookhaven and the County of Suffolk, acting through its Department of Public Works regarding the maintenance of Donanella Walk. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 70 of 2021 is a bond resolution authorizing the issuance of $140,000 in bonds to pay the cost of a strategic planning and feasibility study for the Mastic Beach Neighborhood Road Corridor in and for said town. So moved.
Second.
That will be a roll call vote. Ms. Bonner, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Laval?
Yes.
Mr. LaGurcia?
Yes.
Mr. Panico?
Yes.
And Supervisor?
Yes, and I'd like to thank Councilman Panico for his dogged efforts on the revitalization of Mastic Beach, which is this is part of it.
And Madam Clerk, I'm a
I
yes.
was going to say yes. I was just about to say that, Neil, because I'm looking only at 5. You are a yes. Thank you so much. We move on to 71.
Okay, Resolution 71 of 2021 is a bond resolution for Suffolk County Water Quality Protection and Restoration Program for comprehensive stormwater and flood mitigation with living shorelines, and I so move.
Second.
Again, we'll have a
Roll call.
roll call vote. Let me just record this. Ms. Bonner, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
And Mr. Laval?
Yes.
Mr. LaGurcia?
Mike?
Aye. Yes. Yes.
Mr. Foley?
Yes.
Supervisor?
Yes.
Mr. Panico?
Yes.
Okay. Motion carries. Thank you.
72 of 2021 is amending resolution number 2019-0855, adopted at the November 19, 2019 Town Board meeting to authorize the supervisor, deputy supervisor to execute permit applications for all regulatory agencies for W&D oysters to undertake maricultural operations on property located in Mauritius Bay and East Mauritius, New York. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, Resolution 73 of 2021, amending Resolution 59 of 2021, adopted on January 4th, 2021, adopting the salary schedule for town employees, and I so move.
Second.
Second.
Mr. Foley, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 74 of 2021 is appointment to the Board of Assessment Review. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 75 of 2021 is resolution authorizing the town of Brookhaven Department of Housing and Community Development to apply for the U.S. Department of the Treasury funding for the new COVID-19 Emergency Rental Assistance Program and authorizing the supervisor to execute an acceptance award agreement and the certification form. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 76 of 2021 deals with the ability for selected town employees to attend the annual meeting of the New York State Association of Towns training school, but this will be by virtual meeting, so there will be no travel expense or anything of that nature, but people can attend virtually, and this resolution allows them to do so, and I so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 77 is setting a public hearing to consider enacting an introductory local law amending Chapter 66 entitled Towing Businesses and Chapter 85 entitled Zoning of the Town Code of the Town of Brookhaven. So moved.
Second.
That public hearing will be held February 25th, 2021, 2:30 p.m. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 78 of 2021, authorizing the town board of the town of Brookhaven, acting on behalf of the Tri-Harbor Ambulance District and the Blue Point East Patchogue Ambulance District to update their, district user fee schedule, permit billing and collection of user fees for all ambulance services provided, extend the existing pilot program effective January 1st, 2021. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 79 is the authorization for acquisition of property for open space purposes, Country Road Medford. So
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 80 is a secret negative declaration authorizing the acquisition of farmland development rights of property located at 291 Route 25A, Wading River, Suffolk County. Tax map numbers are provided. Owner Bakowitz Farm, open space log numbers OS-11-021. I'll do the second. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 81 is authorizing the acquisition of farmland development rights of property located at 291 Route 25A, Wading River, Suffolk County. Tax map numbers are provided. Owner is the Bakowitz Farms, open space log number OS-11-021.
Second.
On the motion, I just want to compliment Councilwoman Bonner on this. I know she worked very hard for a long time. We saw one bad proposal on this property after another, and collectively, this town board values its open space, values farming, and values active agriculture. So I know, Jane, you did a lot of work on this, and I just want to thank you for your leadership.
I just wanted to say that this will always be farmland with a small section carved out for a home for the owners of the property now. They're building a home. What I'd also like to recognize is this is a local family, the Bakowitz family, a longtime family in Rocky Point. Justin Bakowitz is a local kid made good who had a love of farming and a love of animals and has managed to coalesce it all together and save a really beautiful farm that was slated for houses, maybe batteries, maybe storage, solar, anything other than what it had always been. So this is a really, really beautiful acquisition in the Second Council District in the North Shore. And assure my colleagues, and I know the residents are very happy that it will stay a farm and there'll be no additional traffic from a sea of houses being constructed there. So this is a really good acquisition, and thank you all to my colleagues for supporting this. Thank you.
Good job, Jane.
Having been moved and seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 82 of 2021, amending Resolution 834 of 2019, entitled Determination of the de minimis taking pursuant to EDPL 206D and authorization of condemnation for the highway improvement project at Hospital Road Bridge in Patchogue, New York. So moved.
second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 83 is the 2020 Recycling and Sustainable Materials Management Department operating budget transfers.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 84 is 2020 various operating and capital budget transfers. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 85 of 2021, amending Resolution number 0459 of 2019 and Resolution 0606 of 2019, authorizing easement agreement with the Pines Foundation, Inc., successor in interest to Fire Island Pines Property Owners Association. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, well, that ends our resolution agenda. And we can't start public hearings till 5:30 in 13 minutes. So do we have any decisions that are pending?
No, sir.
No decisions that are pending. Do we have any dates to set?
No, we do not.
So with that, we will take an adjournment till 5:30 and we'll come back and hear the public hearings. Okay, we're back. It's 5:30. And we have to wait till 5:30 because when we publish our public hearings, we publish them starting at 5:30. So we really can't start beforehand. So it's 5:30. We'll open up public hearings and the clerk will read public hearing number 1.
Public hearing, I'm going to open public hearing number 1 and 2 at the same time. We'll close
Thank
them
you.
separately, but.
Good.
So public hearings number 1 and 2. Number 1 is to consider the granting of a license agreement between the town of Brookhaven and the Pines Foundation for the leasing of property Greenbelt along Fire Island Boulevard, Fire Island Pines. And public hearing number 2 is to consider the granting of a license agreement between the town of Brookhaven and the Pines Foundation for the leasing of property along Fire Island Boulevard and the west corner of Atlantic Walk. Legal notices for public hearings are published no less than 10 days and no more than 20 days prior to public hearing in one of the legal town newspapers. My office has received a signed affidavit of publication from the newspaper. And should the board render a decision this evening, these have been deemed secret type 2 actions.
Okay. So I'm going to ask our town attorney to explain what both of these public hearings are about.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. And thank you, Madam Clerk, for opening them together because this is really one beautification project. So that's why we should talk about them together. Approximately 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, we started out on a path, and many, many years ago, we started out on paths with the Fire Island Pines Property Association, which is now known as, I believe,
Papoa.
Papoa, right?
Papoa originally, and now it's known as the Pines Foundation, Inc. And beautifying a very beautiful hamlet to start with, Fire Island Pines. And what this hearing is an extension of one easement for the excess right-of-way of Fire Island Pines Boulevard. And also we've appraised a new piece of the boulevard. And so these two together it will be the length of Fire Island Boulevard on both sides of Fire Island of the walk, the wooden walk itself. And it's from Sail Walk to Sandy Walk. So the one proposed license fee will be $10,000 or $2,000 per year for a 5-year term. And then there will be a 6th through 10th year, and that will be on the town board's discretion of whether to grant that. And the other is $31,275 for 5 years, or $6,255 per year. Also, that one's for 5 years. And then there will be a 6th through 10th year. In both of those 6th through 10th year, there will be a 3% annual increase of the sum. One of the sum of $2,000, 3% a year, and one of the sum of $6,255, 3% a year. And this is for the beautification of Fire Island Pines, because what used to happen was contractors would park backs of trucks because there's no place to put the supplies and tools to work on the houses out there. Now there's beautiful little enclosures that are built. It keeps our hamlet looking respectable, and they're doing wonderful work. It's very hard for the law department to get over there because a lot of the vehicles that they use for storage are not registered, and we don't know who they belong to. And of course, it's a ferry ride and tough to do. So we have ears and eyes over there with this association. And the board also today passed a resolution, I believe it was the last one you passed, for a 30-year easement agreement. And that was for a little piece of property that we've given them an easement on for years. And that was just an extension of that. And that's another fee that they do pay us. It's $29,000 for that period. If the board has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
No, do we have any public speakers on this?
We do not.
So-
But I know that I have spoken today with the Pines Foundation, and they're very happy with this. And this has all been agreed on. Councilman Foley's been instrumental in helping me to negotiate these. And they're very happy and they support this.
That's great. With no public speakers, I'm going to ask Councilman Foley to make a motion to close these public hearings.
Supervisor, excuse me, Madam Clerk, do you want me to close 1 and 2?
Now we're gonna close one.
Okay, I have a motion to close public hearing number 1.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Do you
And
want
then
me
you're going to adopt. We'll
Okay.
finish with one, then we'll move to 2.
Okay, I would like to adopt public hearing number 1 to authorize the granting of a license agreement between the town of Brookhaven and the Pounds Foundation for leasing of the property Greenbelt along Fire Island Boulevard, Fire Island Pines. So moved.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Before we go to number 2, I definitely want to say a few words. I want to thank Supervisor Romaine, who has always been a big supporter of the Pines, and we work really well over there together as a team. I want to recognize Annette Adoresto. Signing contracts, and it's not easy, and it takes months of legwork. So I like to acknowledge her and the team, and past President Jay Pagano and current President Henry Robin. Thank you all. I really appreciate your hard work in this. I'd like to publicly close public hearing number 2.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to close carries.
And I'd like to authorize public hearing number 1, the granting of a
Like to-
license.
Motion to adopt, right, sir?
I have a motion to adopt public hearing number 1 to authorize the granting of a license agreement between the town of Brookhaven and the Pines Foundation for leasing property along Fire Island Boulevard and the west corner of Atlantic Walk. So moved.
Second.
Second.
Mr. Romaine, you were first there. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I have to apologize. I'm having some internet trouble, so forgive me.
So we're gonna move to, I think that the supervisor is frozen as well.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
So can I move to public hearing number 3, sir?
Yes, please.
You were so still, I thought you were frozen. Okay. Public hearing number 3 is to consider the town board's own motion known as MC-18A for a change of zone from J Business 2 to A Residence 1 on a parcel of property located in East Mauritius, New York. And I understand that this public hearing is going to be adjourned. Can I have a motion to adjourn to March 11, 2021 at 5:30 PM?
I'm gonna make that motion, but Annette, what's the holdup here? Annette?
I don't know. I just was told, but Lee is on here and she may know. Lee, can you chime in?
We can't hear you, Lee.
Lee, there she is. Lee, unmute yourself. You're on
Unmute.
mute. Lee, you're on mute.
She's not muted.
All right, well, okay.
Can you hear
I
her?
We
can't hear her.
We can't
We
hear
just
you, but
can't
whatever
hear
the
you.
holdup is, and then I assume we didn't close on this property yet?
Oh, okay. So this is, yes, there's some title issues with the estate, but
Okay.
I assume I am gonna close by March 1st.
All right, good. Then I'll make that motion, Madam Clerk.
I will
Okay.
second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to adjourn to March 11th at 5:30 PM carries.
Okay, and we move on to public hearing number 4.
Public hearing number 4 is to consider the town board's own motion known as 176 Madison ARC for amendment of covenants and restrictions on property located in Massac, New York. Legal notices for public hearings are published no less than 10 days, no more
Told
than
her she
20
could go
days
home.
prior to a public hearing in one of the legal town newspapers. My office has received the signed affidavit of publication from the newspaper. Should the board render a decision tonight, this has been deemed a secret type 2 action. As the town clerk's office was required to notify the owner, as this is a town board's own motion, to notify the owner of a subject property via certified mail. And the certified mail receipt has been made a part of the town clerk's official file.
Okay,
Lee Rate's gonna present this, but it's gonna say Jen Lutzer because Lee's laptop speaker's
Okay.
not working. Lee,
Now
can we
you
hear?
can hear me
There
though?
you go, we can hear you.
Okay.
okay.
All right, this project is regarding the Knights of Columbus in Mastic. In 1973, the town board had issued covenants for this site that limited the use of the site to the Knights of Columbus Hall only. And in the intervening 48 years, the zoning has changed and the code has been amended. And so the proposal is to repeal those covenants to allow other uses in the J. And specifically, there is a daycare facility that would like to move into the building, share the building.
Yes.
That's happened on and off over the years when we've done land use plans and town board's own motions. We try to look for the covenants. Sometimes we miss them. And that's the case here. It's just a cleanup.
Allow them to do some child care activities in Knights of Columbus Hall, which is totally understandable.
And meets the current zoning.
Right, do we have any public speakers on this?
We do not.
Okay, Councilman Panico.
I'll make a motion to close public hearing number 4 of January 14, 2021. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And I have a resolution of adoption granting the town board's own motion to repeal certain covenants and restrictions on property in Mastic, New York. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Great, we're on to public hearing number 5.
Public hearing number 5 is to consider the town board's own motion known as Colony Preserve ARC for amendment of covenants and restrictions on property located in Shirley, New York. Legal notices, public hearings are published no less than 10 days, no more than 20 days prior to a public hearing in one of the legal town newspapers. My office has received a signed affidavit of publication from the newspaper. Should the board render a decision tonight, this has been deemed a secret type 2 action. And as required, the town clerk's office did notify the owner of the subject property via certified mail, and the certified mailing receipt has been made a part of the town clerk's official file.
In 2011, the town board approved a PDD application for this residential project. At this site, the conditions and covenants of the approval required that the applicant submit or contribute a $1 million payment into the construction fund for a community center in the area. That project is not going to move forward. So the proposal is to amend the covenant to transfer those funds into the Tri-Hamlet Park Project Fund instead.
Okay, do we have any public speakers on this?
We do not.
We do not. Councilman Panico.
Yeah, I just want to say, I know a lot of people have tried for many years. Raising money in any climate is tough, and to raise the estimated $30 million to build a community center, which was at one time the vision of those and the impetus for this initial donation, is difficult. It certainly wasn't for a lack of effort, but what we're going to do with this money is utilize it in the eventual creation of what I would like to see an Eisenhower Park type community in the center of Shirley, Mastic, and Mastic Beach that will serve that community. That we were able to get as a donation from the developer, approximately 100 acres, and this money is going to be used solely for that property, for these communities. So I will make a motion to close public hearing number 5 of January 14, 2021.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And I have a resolution of adoption granting the town board's own motion to repeal certain covenants and restrictions on property in Shirley, New York. So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, we are on to public hearing number 6, which I understand is going to be adjourned.
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, I make a motion to adjourn this hearing to February 25th, 2021 at 3 p.m., 2:30 p.m.
Second.
And just, if I may, this is for the determination of the premises located at 38 Parkside Avenue, Miller Place.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes, thank you.
having been all moved and seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion motion to adjourn carries.
Okay, and now that we're on a motion to adjourn, we have no further business for this town board tonight. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn this public meeting.
So moved?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Good night, everybody. Thank
Bye.
you.